Oh, YouTube world was good. Uh, so again, once again, it's the one and only JP Air 205. Uh, I'm trying to see how the best way to start this out. This video in particular, right here, what I'm doing is a follow up video for mainly the last video, but I can't say it's primarily a follow up video for real for that video. Um, but this is like a follow up right now. It's like my clock is messed up. Wow. So my time is off. It's 9 a.m. right now. Uh, Birmingham, Alabama time, southeastern, southeast. Uh, I'm sorry, I just did babble on, but I don't mean to do that. So forgive me for that first little minute of babbling. But I want to speak on in this video the conceptions of hip hop, our culture as a black people, where we're going in life, the perceptions that we have, female and male, black. We call black melanated. If you, like I said, if you call yourself black melanated, uh, African, uh, shoot, Jamaican, Haitian, ever native, melanated, all my people of color that identify. Uh, so prior to my other videos, like where I have like spoke about the Matrix, spoke about getting downloads and stuff like that. Me being 37 years old prior to like 2 years of like back when I started YouTube and was like 2000 like 20 probably, and I really just started focusing on like giving content out that I felt like was like genuine and real or whatever, to like basically like testimonial type things to testify about my life as a person and the stuff that I went through, so I could like relate to, not just relate, but give any kind of motivation or any strength to other light workers that are like me, like light beings that are like me, uh, what you would call galactic workers, angelic workers. What we call us, some would call ourselves the woken. You know, the risers, the woken, the 144,000 or whatever. You know, it's so many terms to display who we are as a people. You know, I want to say just throughout my life, you know, I was self-sabotaging myself. I just got through reading a chapter in Bruce Lee's book, Be Water, My Friend. And the chapter I just left, it was about learning your ignorance, or learning the things that you're ignorant to about yourself, you know, basically researching yourself. And I came to a closure of understanding that, you know, I was sabotaging myself a lot in my life. Also, I was like beating myself up over obstacles and things that was transpiring in my life that I didn't want to just look at it and understand it, you know, and observe what I was going through and analyze it for real. Like momentarily, like I just moved into my new place, right? So I did something yesterday that I normally, you know, don't do, which is I didn't steal a lunch from work, but I was hungry because I kind of spent out so much money this week moving and stuff, and I just budgeted out wrong, right? So yesterday at work, I had took a lunch because it always be a lunch, uh, or it always be like leftover lunch and stuff like that. People that just leave in the refrigerator and like supposed to like throw it away like after you leave or whatever, right? So I'm gonna show you how God works. So like I took the lunch like probably prior to in the morning, because when I see something in the fridge, depending if, like I said, I only did this week because I was going through like a hard week. You know, I was trying to maintain and manage my money. I did, you know, I messed up, you know, my money this week and stuff like that. So uh it's just a lot of people don't like to be honest about their life. I'm very like transparent, especially on YouTube, you know. So like I went through like a little, you know, upset the past week because I just moved in my apartment. like 12 days ago or whatnot, and it took me like 6 months to get here, you know, and I just didn't make the best decision. So like, make a long story short, my coworker or whatever, she cool with me or whatnot. So she was so upset about the lunch that I didn't even eat the lunch yet. So they was gonna go look on cameras and all kind of shit for like a lunch, you know. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna just go and tell her. And I was like, excuse my French, I ain't mean to cuss, but I was like, forget, I'm just gonna tell her because, you know, when she came up to me, she was like, somebody took her lunch. And like, they already know pretty much. It went too many people upstairs, so they already know. So like, I was like, you know, I went up to her when she went to my grocery manager or whatever. And, you know, I let her know, I pulled her to the side. I let her know I was the one that took the lunch, but I didn't know what it was. So I took a sub sandwich that somebody left for like 2 days ago. You know, they probably ain't gonna want it, or I forgot they left it in there or whatever, don't want it. You know, probably one of the overnight shifts or whatever. So I asked her, was it a sub? She was like, no, it was some chips and a sandwich. And I was like, oh, I was like, I got that. And I was like, I'm gonna give it back to you. You know, I just was hungry. I didn't have nothing to eat, and then a lot of people be missing stuff inside of the, you know, the refrigerator at work. And I noticed like some people just leave lunches, and like I've done it before. I even left some things in there that I didn't even go back and get. I just left in there, you know. And 9 times out of 10, somebody ate it, you know, which is it's cool. Like, you know, I'm not selfish like that, you know. But I was really worried, like for a whole day, all the way up to now, you know, just about my job, you know, just like damn, because I don't steal shit, you know, from work and shit like that. I'm not a thief, you know, I don't steal, but I have gotten to the point where I gotten so hungry that shit, I'll take a bag of chips out the store, you know what I'm saying, sneak them out, you know. I've gotten to that point before, you know, that I didn't have shit, you know. I got to down to my last penny, but I'm definitely getting to the point in my life where I'm learning, you know, to just go through whatever you go through, regardless or whatever. That was my lesson from yesterday. The only reason I'm displaying what happened like that yesterday is because like this is something that needs to be talked about, like in manifestation and understanding your way. Because like right then, I had the opportunity to go and tell the truth, and I told the truth. Well, most people will lie, you know. I told the truth or whatever, you know, but also, man, on that same note, man, let me just like not talk about my personal like issue, but that the reason I'm speaking on that is because it's so relatable to what the verse I just read. I mean, not verse, but I read a Bible verse this morning too, which was in Psalms chapter 80, verse 3 stood out to me a lot, but the whole chapter is pretty good, you know. So I read that chapter, but I read Be Water, My Friend. Also, like I read a chapter this morning. I might read another chapter today, probably two more chapters, you know. I just feel like that book is like giving me a lot of, you know, it's giving me a lot of like relative things to because I don't really have a lot of people to talk to, you know, about a lot of stuff, man. Like it's crazy when like you have concepts and you figured out life so much that you know it's hard for like you to find someone that could tell you or give you information and stuff like that and help you from when you need it. Like for instance, like yesterday I watched the brother Big Brother, what's his name? Chosen One, Big Brother Chosen One. I just recently discovered him like probably a few months before I moved out, you know, of my granddad's house, right? And he was someone that I was really listening to, not as much, but he's someone I gravitated towards because of his realness and stuff like that. Yesterday, I just seen a video. He said he don't even want to be on YouTube no more because he getting blackballed, all kind of shit. You know, uh, there's a lot of stuff going on with circumstance. I guess like he getting blackballed. He say he's not making the same money he used to make, and also he just to the point where he need coaching, he needs counseling, we all as people we need somebody to talk to, man, that's stronger than us. Like we always need that person that's stronger than us. And I ran through that same thing like this past week with my cousin, and I ain't gonna talk about this that long because like I said, when I come back around like October, close to November, you know, I have like a whole different setup. I'll be able to, you know, actually podcast. I have my cameras and stuff like that, shooting from three different angles. I have my place set up, you know, for me to actually do the podcast and stuff like that, man. And you can actually see what I have going on, you know. And like, I actually want to take it to a loft. So like, once I get my money right, you know, I can rent a loft out and actually start doing business how I want to instead of like having to do business in Wild Sanctuary. I really don't never really stay nowhere. Even when I'm to the point in my life now, like even if I have a place to like primarily stay, that's not gonna be the primary place where I stay at, you know. But yeah, man, I just want to, give motivation to my people right now before I even like talk about the things that I experience in the world, what I notice and stuff like that. Before I go back into those things, talking about the Matrix, talking about eating healthy, talking about the weird things that are going on in the planet and stuff right now, talking about the melanated people, things I've been researching so far and discovering and stuff like that. And I may be leaving the internet for a while too after this year to go, cohesively study and really get initially into my studies and stuff like that, as far as like spirituality, manifestations, science, the study of the body anatomy and stuff like that, learning more about myself, learning more about my people, learning more about, the world and the direction I want to go and stuff like that, you know. So I'm gonna end this video, on a note too, like talking about what I really want to talk about, which was the state of hip hop. I'm 37 years old. I've been listening to hip hop since I was like probably like four years old. The Beastie Boys was like one of my favorite artists, like favorite rap group artists, like growing up. But fast forward to now, we got the women in hip hop right now that are like, kind of taking over or whatever. So the new artist, what's her name? Sexy Red, Suki, all these new rap female artists like Lotto, Coily Roy. I'm trying to think if I'm missing some. The City Girls. Uh, it's this new girl named Tia Corrine, if I think that's her name. She's like half mixed Asian and black, Uh, the content in hip hop right now is like the same thing over and over again. It's like I'm really like to the point where I don't even involve myself in hip hop no more. Like I don't care about this. I have not listened to a rap song other than old music, old '90s hip hop. I haven't listened to a new rap song probably since NBA YoungBoy dropped his last album, which is like 3600 Degrees or something like that. I heard like 5 songs, which it was like sounded like the old New Orleans rap style kind of stuff because I used to like the old New Orleans rappers and stuff. Like I like, what I grew up on, Hot Boys, the original, like Lil Wayne before he became, Tunchi and, Squad Up Lil Wayne, the 500 Degree Lil Wayne, Lights Out Lil Wayne, I like all the old music from my era and stuff with how I grew up, I don't really too much care for this new music. I'm a producer anyway, so I compose and make music and write music myself. So I understand what's going on musically. I haven't heard no new music or studied any new hip hop music. Uh, I want to say for a good year or two now. I've heard stuff like as I would like go to work in the morning. Sometimes I used to ride with my uncle. He'd drop me off at work, right? So I check out and hear some of the new, some of the new artists or somewhat like that's popping out and stuff like that. I used to hear like the new artists or whatnot, and hear how they sound from their production to everything, not just only production, but not only just production, but from they vocal chaining and stuff like that. Now, man, the vocal chaining has changed now. Uh, patterns in hip hop has changed. What is like is everybody rapping the same and stuff, man? I'm just uninterested in hip hop. Like for real, I'm just very uninterested in hip hop right now. It's like not feeding nothing. It's not hip hop. When I grew up on it, it had like codes, encrypted codes inside of the lyrics that tell you certain things that was going on inside of the matrix that this next generation don't really understand. Hip hop was a coded form of information. Also, it was like the rap I grew up on, like prior to like the 70s kids and stuff, when they was listening to Houdini and all that stuff, and all they had was Rakim. I actually liked it. EPMD because they was like more of the time of what was finna change in hip hop. So I had more of a liking to EPMD artists that was like I never did like NWA. They was garbage to me. Like I liked the Ice Cube, but I didn't like NWA. I didn't like Easy E. He was horrible as a rapper. I didn't like MC Ren. MC Ren had some of the worst lyrics ever. Like straight up, he had some of the most degrading, bashing, like I just did not like anything about MC Ren for real. He got one song that I possibly like that he did with Bone Thugs and Harmony, but Bone Thugs and Harmony like my favorite rap group of all time. And I love Wu-Tang. I love Crucial Conflict. I love Do or Die. I'm trying to think of other groups. I like the Hot Boys. Hot Boy, I'm from the South, so like I like the Hot Boys. I like that. Trying to think who else, man. I like that as a group, but I can't think of. But not just rap, R&B bad. Now you see SZA, she got Brazilian butt lifts and shit. She got her lips done. She doing all kind of extra stuff now that she didn't have to do. Got her lips done. Not just her, Summer Walker. The female hip hop right now is just, I never was really interested in female rap for real. I like the Brat. I like the Mia X, but I never was interested in female rap like that because it never really did nothing for me. But, as a man, it didn't do nothing for me. It didn't really teach me nothing. Lauryn Hill, Uneducated, the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill was like one of the most prolific female rap albums I've ever heard, and still to this day. Not only her album, Mia X, she pretty nice. The Brat, I liked her because at that time, where I was at in my life as a kid, so the Brat was like really like fun to listen to. She was fun to listen to. She wasn't talking about being gay and all that. It just was about style and your rap skills back in the day. Now it's about how much money you got, how many women you having sex with, who your girlfriend is, who your, you know what I'm saying, like who you dating, stuff that ain't got nothing to do with, your skills and your talent, matter now, which is so weird. But the girl, this new girl, kind of blowing up, named Sexy Red, she's just blowing up like crazy right now. And I want to say this to say that y'all make anybody popular in the world now. Y'all don't care who y'all make popular, man. Y'all make anybody popular now. Y'all make people popular that just, y'all make people popular that just don't have no meaning perception. So like, what are we now? Like we leading the blind leading the blind, like the immature leading the immature now. It's like what's accepted now is ratchetness, ghetto behavior, like ghetto dumbed down, stupid, basic behavior is like the main projective of the black community right now. I've never seen so much ghetto shit in my life. And I've been around, I got ghetto family members and shit, but I've never seen so much ghetto shit be promoted ever in my life in an era of hip hop, in an era of young people ever in my life into this era right here. This is like, I was talking to one of my coworkers, she's 17, right? And her mom is my age, like 2 years younger than me. She's 17, right? And I was telling her, like, the women out of my era, I'm an 80s baby. And a lot of them women out my era, they weren't shit. That's why I'm single now. They weren't shit. You couldn't really talk to them women. They was like, them women, a lot of them women out my era, man, they was like some of the worst women in the world, dog. Prior to the woman before that. Like, black women in the 70s were bad. Black women in the 60s was like coming up the bad. But the 80s women, if you was 15, if you was a teenager in the 80s, I'm telling you, that generation right there is one of the worst generations to ever touch this planet. Real talk. And I had some of the worst experiences with that generation. Straight up. That generation right there, one of the worst generations ever. That generation didn't even accomplish shit. All them babies that were born like in the late 70s and like the early 70s, born like the late 60s and shit. Them late 60s babies, didn't do shit. They ain't do nothing but reap the benefits from those that came before them. And I really can't stand that generation. For real. Like, it's so many people I know out of that generation I just don't like. For real. If you born in like the late 60s, it's only so many of them people I deal with. If you born in 67, 68, 69, bro, I don't like your ass. For real, for shit. I don't like you for shit. And a lot of the early 70s babies, I don't like them for shit. For real. Tupac was the only one of the only early 70s babies. Like, he was born in 1971. He is one of the only babies out of that era that really meant something. That let you know that era was full of shit. I can't stand that era. Real talk. That era was horrible. That was like that was some of the worst black people in the world that came in the planet, along with white people. They was liberal. They was like want to coexist with the enemy and shit. Like, that generation right there was weak as fuck. I don't care what nobody say, and I'm gonna say it just like that. If you were born in the late 60s, if you were born in 67, 68, 69, you weak as hell. To me, you weak. It's only so many in that generation that was strong. Like, you weak as hell. And some of them early 70s babies was weak as hell too. A lot of them babies that came out of the mid 70s and late 70s, they was like solid. A lot of them was solid. Coming up into the 80s. But like mid 80s and stuff like that, some of them, I'm telling you, like the woman, despite of the man, I'm telling you, because I seen more men do more good in that generation than women. The women that were born in the mid 80s, not all, but a vast majority were like the worst to ever come through this tunnel. A lot of them women, they were horrible. Like, me growing up, man, I went through some of the worst shit with women. I got ridiculed and joked on about my skin complexion by the same girls that want to date me. That's how crazy them fucking women was. And I gotta say, like, they were crazy as fuck out of my era. Straight up. But the behavior I see from like this little girl, Sexyy Red, man, it's dangerous, man, because like these women think they could just peddle you with sex. You know, showing they feet and shit. Always showing your feet, smoking weed. You know what I'm saying? Pampering, showing your pussy. Every time you take a picture, you got your ass bent over. You know, everything come out your mouth is low vibrated. Everything come out your mouth is about sex. Everything come out your mouth is like very low. Very, very low. She one of the worst female artists I ever seen in my life, for real. I'm not hating or knocking it or knocking what's up with her or whatever, you know. She black. So, like, I'm for my people, but I'm not for the Edomites. I'm not for the scam type people. I'm not for the people that try to, like, scam you off a lifestyle. That girl might not even believe none of that shit. Because the industry's so fake. The music industry is so fake. The movie industry, music industry, the whole entertainment industry is fake. For real. So, it's a chance that girl might not even be, you know what I'm saying, who she actually think or who would she portray, you know. But on this note, man, this like the last real video right here that I'm gonna do before I come back professionally with y'all. I don't know how long I'm gonna stay on YouTube, man, because like I said, man, I see a lot of people leaving YouTube right now. Like, and I just started coming on here, you know, so I see a lot of people like not want to be on YouTube anymore. They're not really caring about it no more. Like, I don't even want to make no money off YouTube, you know, and nothing like that. Or I wouldn't mind making it. You know, I'm going to monetize my channel, but I don't really care about making no money because, like, it ain't like I'm going to make some money like how these guys made before all the bullshit started coming, you know. But I hear a lot of things about YouTube. I hear, like, a lot of scam stuff going on with the money and stuff like that. Was like I said, you know, I'm not here to make no money. I'm here to, like, get, you know, algorithm going for people that really want to resolve issues in the world. You know, my thing is to bring solutions, you know, bring solutions to problems. You know, that's my whole thing, you know. But I don't know how long I'm going to be, you know, on YouTube, but I will be doing my own, like, webinars and stuff like that. So like as I do YouTube, I'll make sure I direct all my subscribers and stuff like that, and direct y'all to like my web, my internet, my web page, my domain, so that y'all can keep up with the content and stuff like that. What I have going on. But I'm here right now. I'm here on YouTube right now. This is one of my new homes. I'm just not making this a new place for me to like really get off and talk about kind of stuff like this and get content out. So once I start the podcast, it's gonna be a variety of different content. We're gonna be talking about music, sports, health, food, knowledge, new knowledge, science, quantum physics, whatever. Pretty much high value conversations, high vibrated, high frequency conversations and stuff. But I'm gonna leave this, and I'm gonna leave y'all with this. Make sure y'all subscribe and like, which is new subscribers. Please subscribe and please like and leave a comment. Not for algorithm, but so I can know that I'm doing this for a reason. I'm doing this for a solution. I'm not asking for no money. In fact, I'm giving money away. It's gonna be times I'm gonna give money away, gifts away. I'm not CJ So Cool. I'm not CJ on 32, CJ 32, whatever those guys are. I'm not a scammer. You can actually hit me up in my inboxes and stuff. I'm a real person, but like once the money come, how it's supposed to come, I'm gonna bless plenty. So I'm on that note, I'm gonna sign out. And like I said, no scams over here, nothing but the truth and the honest, the sheer truth over here. So you don't have to worry about no scams, nobody playing games, none of that kind of stuff with me. But shalom, y'all have a blessed Sunday, high vibrated Sunday, and I'm out.